process of writing Me and You, it was, again, just us. We were very new. Like, Me and You was probably one of the first songs that we've ever written, and like listen to each other, figure out what each of us were playing, and sort of blend a lot. And so, like, yeah, it was very experimental for us, just trying to just be tight and nut out all of the layers. So
it's definitely more of what you take out of it, I guess, the title. Like, it can be about you or you and somebody else, or somebody else that you know and another person that they know. Fucking whatever you want.
For me, it's about playing a red hot tune and something that we all like. We bring different things to the table, so it's very different for all of us when we play it.
It was more relevant to Jesse. I mean, at a part in his life, he was going through something, and I guess it affected all of us in a way, in the way the song was written, because he was going through sort of a hard time.
We were all like very understanding of like what each other was doing, and how we could make this song a little bit better.
The song's pretty much complete now, but as for how long it really took to kind of perfect the sound we wanted, it did take us quite a month or so, actually probably longer than that to get the final sound anyway. I mean, you can't really just fucking start a song and then be like, yeah, we've got the final product, otherwise, you're fucked, unless you're Beatles, I suppose. Don't put that in.
Every song is different, obviously, but some songs you'll work on for years and you're still adding parts later on, or in the studio when you're actually recording and you think you've got it written properly, and you still go, oh shit, like you'll hear something in the back of your head and you'll say, well, we'll try that, and then sometimes that'll make the song the final mix or whatever. But I mean, this song was written pretty quickly, like probably in like an hour or so. I mean, the core of it, and not like the lyrics or anything. I think we had the vocal melodies and the actual structure, which is, in my opinion, the best, like in terms of structure, the best we've actually done for any song.
I suppose that me, in every song, it's just the chorus that I try to make it as best as possible. Yeah, I really remember this chorus, and it's very simple call and response sort of chorus. I suppose when I'm writing them, I picture crowds singing along, I suppose when I sing along, if I heard that song, the answer was, yeah, fucking would. So.
Well, it sort of depends who comes up with what first, if that makes any sense. So in this case, when we wrote Me and You, Mitch and Jesse came up with the initial groove and the initial synth lead line, and me and Brendan came in like a little bit later, and I came up with that guitar lick just to sort of to accentuate the main synth part, and it just developed from there. Like, I couldn't just keep playing the exact same riff through the entire way of the song, so I had to come up with like different sort of rhythmic elements to it. So that's why in the second verse you can hear how I'm just like on a pedal point doing heaps syncopated sort of plucking, and then back into the riff just to add a bit of interest to the song.
Well, living where we are, I suppose there is a lot of inspiration in nature and all that stuff, but we don't really get into that. I mean, we're all pretty fucking close to each other, in close proximity, probably 2 Ks from each other, and like it's just so easy to just meet up and play. That's probably what helps us a lot, living so close with each other. That definitely helps us a lot.
I think it kind of does come into play because, the old cliche about bands wanting to get out of their hometown is kind of relevant, because there's just, in my opinion, I think the other guys will agree that just there's not a lot going on up there.
We wrote the song in Jesse's grandma's house, and we were so confined in this one space, and I suppose it all just came with that.
It's just where we're from. It's how we use the space, I think, is the most important thing. Like, we've we've rehearsed in, Jesse's grandma's house, which is like a little 2-meter room, like way smaller than this, with a full drum kit and everything.
how we wrote this song was, as I said at the start, it's kind of weird how it all came together. I mean, we were all just in the little band room at Jesse's grandma's. This little small fucking, probably 5x5 little shitty thing. I'm coming through a 10-watt little Ashton amp with a fucking shitty as, $20 bass, and we were pretty angry at each other. But Mitch came up with a little lick, and Jesse kind of was humming like a vocal melody, and then he started playing the drums. And we couldn't quite get it at the start, like I said before, and then we calmed down a bit and all kind of molded together with how we wrote the song. And I couldn't really tell you how it happened.
What I was running out of at the time was like this really shit 10-watt Laney amp, really didn't go very loud, and just like a couple of pedals, and I just had really light distortion and heaps of delay on it, and I played the main hook, the dun 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 dun, that main guitar riff with that, and it sounded really good.
There's like a musical break and we do ooze. I think in terms of enjoyment, that was probably the coolest part, because from memory we all kind of went, oh shit, that's gonna work really well there, and then we would keep playing it and it would just get better and better. And the verse where me and Brennan kind of play a syncopated beat, what I was talking about before, and I kind of go from the hi-hat and play on the rack of the tom and then hit the tom halfway through it, and I think that's pretty fun, especially to play live. You should fucking come watch us play and you'll see what I mean.
I don't know how it happened, it just did. I mean, sometimes you just don't really know why you played it, but you did, but you'll keep it because it's pretty fucking good. So, improvisation is definitely the word I would use for that kind of song, yeah.
Energetic, because the song in itself is pretty upbeat, and the songwriting process, I think we're all pretty excited because it was one of the first songs that we wrote, and we kind of went, oh shit, this is sounding really good.
Just crazy, because I just don't know how it all happened. It just came so quick, and we just wanted to get it recorded, just straight up. So.
We were obviously supposed to do that. Like, nobody else could have just walked in there, improvised every part, and just been like, yeah, that's good. Like, I don't know, something's happened. So, yeah, it was just, I agree, it was crazy in the way it happened.
There's no twinkle in here.